Hello everyone, and welcome to Grob.2.com, the Grob Chess Club, where we'll be having another video chess lecture. Today's game is one of my own that I played late last year against a fellow named Matt Leach. And in this tournament, I had upset two higher rated players in the 2 rounds before this. One rated about 1550 and one about 1950, around there. And the latter game can be found on my games page, annotated in text, not video, but still. And going into this game, I was hoping to maybe upset my third person in a row, and as you'll see, I come very, very close. So, play started. I am white. I played e4. He follows up e5. Knight f3, c6, bishop e5, Ruy Lopez. And here there are a couple moves for black. He can play knight f6, the Berlin. But instead he goes with the main line, the Morphy, a6, and then most players here will follow up with bishop a4, and then this leads to several lines. There's a lot of theory on this. There's the Ruy Lopez close, and it's just, there's so many variations here. Grandmasters have played this to death over the past few years. But instead, my move of choice lately has been bishop takes c6, the Roberts-Leach Lopez Exchange. And a lot of players of all classes don't really like this move too much. I'm not sure if it's just because you're giving away the bishop pair or what, but I look at the plus side for white. He's going to be able to castle on the next move. He's better developed than black. I'm doubling black's pawns. I'm not sure what kind of compensation he's going to be getting for it, besides the bishop pair. I'm not too worried about that. You might be doubting me right now, but Bobby Fischer played this line back in the late 60s, early 70s, when he was just ripping through international tournaments. This is one of his pet lines, and through all the games that I've gone of his, I haven't found one time where he lost with this line. Obviously, not everybody wins with it all the time, but Bobby Fischer either drew or won with this in all the games that I looked up. So there's obviously something to it. And the best thing is about it, you get to cut down on a lot of theory and surprise your opponents who don't know the theory. It's going to save you a lot of time. So, he takes with the D pawn. You might be saying, why not capture with the B pawn, capturing towards the center? But the point is, by taking with the D pawn, he gives his queen an open file, and his bishop is, in a sense, developed, because he's going to be able to come out now. And now I play castle. I could play, and you might be wondering why I don't play knight takes e5, because he's hanging a pawn, and it's because of this move right here, queen d4. And now he's hitting my knight and my pawn. I'm going to lose the pawn. And I've experimented with this line a bit, but I haven't found anything concrete yet. When I do, I'll let you know. So, I castle, and then he plays bishop g4. Follow up with h3, and he plays bishop h5. But as far as I know, theory goes, is h5. Instead of bishop h5, you just play h5. And the point is that I can't take the bishop because of takes, and I'm going to have to lose the knight. Or else, say, like if I try to take this pawn, it's going to be mate in 4. He can play h4. I can try to get out, but there's no way I'm getting out. I'm going to get mated on h2 or h1. So, got to watch out for some stuff. So, h5 is theory. Kamsky Anand 2006 played that, and it was a draw. But instead he plays bishop h5, and I follow up with this nice move. I think it's a nice move, d4. And you might be thinking that I'm either going to end up with a major structural weakness or I'm going to lose a pawn here. But as you see, he plays bishop takes f3, followed by queen takes, and now it looks like he's up a pawn. But the point is that I have this nice move, rook d1. Alright, so he defends one, but now I have this really nice move, c3, and now he's in trouble. There's no way he can defend that pawn. So instead of trying to defend it, say if he plays here like queen f6, trying to save his pawn, I could play queen takes, knight takes, and he's not going to be able to end up with anything. And although the computer says that he might be a little better here or that we're equal, I personally prefer white's position here, just because I have 2 center pass pawns to his none, as well as him having doubled c pawns. So I'm not sure why white's not better here. And I think that white is better here. So instead, he sees that he can't protect it, so he plays d3. An interesting move, but interesting is as far as it goes. Because now I have rook takes d3 with tempo. Now his queen has to move. He goes queen f6, and obviously I don't want to trade queens because then he'll get his knight out, and not so sure why I did that. So instead I play bishop f4, just developing my pieces. He goes bishop b6, and then now I play knight a3 with the idea of going knight c4, and on c4 my knight's going to have a lot of control over e5, which is very important, or I'm threatening to take on b6, so just ruining his pawn structure even more. So he goes knight e7, and right here I'm not sure why I didn't follow up with my plan of knight c4. I think I just got distracted somehow. Maybe I saw something that just wasn't there. I often overcomplicate things. But I messed up a little bit here and played e5, which looks like a nice move, but it's not good at all, because he can stop my plans of pushing that pawn with queen e6. And now I'm in some trouble, because if he's able to play moves like knight g6, castles, rook e8, he's going to have too much pressure on that pawn, and I'm going to actually lose a pawn. And that's probably going to be enough for me to lose this game. So I'm going to have to find a way to defend that pawn, and the move I come up with, I think it's a nice move, knight 2. So he follows up knight 6. I'm going to have to move my bishop back. I want to keep my bishop. Even though him taking my bishop with his knight would get rid of one of his attackers of my e-pawn, I think he's going to build up enough pressure with castling and rook e8, maybe rook e7, rook a e8, that he's going to build up enough pressure without even needing that knight, and then he's going to also have the bishop, which could be nice in the endgame. So I'm going to keep my bishop on the board, bishop h2, and now he just castles. He can't play knight takes e5 here, even though he's attacking it twice, because after bishop takes e5, queen takes e5, I have this nice move, rook e1, pinning the queen to the king, and he's going to lose the queen. He can get my rook for it, but he's definitely down material and without any kind of compensation. So he castles, so now he is threatening to take my pawn, and just in time my knight's there to save it with knight d4. So he takes, and now he's not threatening to take it anymore because I am protecting e5 with d4, which is a nice little thing to have, so I don't have to worry about so many pieces guarding e5. He just continues development, rook a8, and now I need to find a way to bring my a1 rook into the game. Right now I can't play rook ae1 because my a2 pawn would be hanging, and I'm not getting any kind of compensation for that, so I need to find a way to get him in without losing anything. So I just play b3. Now I'm going to, if he doesn't do anything, I'll bring my rook in the next move. And now I think the best move for him to play would be a nice building move, rook d5, and then he can double on the d file if he wants later, and he's probably gonna have a nice game. Probably a draw, but it's nice chances. But instead he plays a mistake here and plays c5. And you might be wondering, why is it a mistake? I don't really want to take on c5 because then he'll get my rook and whatnot. So you might be saying, uh-oh, the pawn's pinned, I'm in trouble, but I have this nice move, d5. And he can't take it because it's defended twice, he's only attacking it twice, it's not going to turn out well for him, so he has to back the queen up, and now these pawns become very powerful. So I go rook ae1. Now he goes queen b5. I'm not exactly sure the idea he has here. So since he's building his position in a weird way, I just continue to build mine with queen e4. And this is where we're going to stop part 1. Hope you join us back for part 2 of this game. Thank you.